I draw? Squeeze? Okay. There we go. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to break. How was y'all's weekend? Good. It was great. Okay, so we're gonna try something new. Just for this first part. I'm nervous. You guys gotta help me. But we're just gonna get really pumped for break, okay? Yeah! Let's get that. Let's get a few clappy claps. Yeah, I don't really know. Woo! Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Oh, shoot, it's my turn. That was a good job, Caitlin. Good job. Okay, so last week, I started to do this, but you may have been approached by me weirdly asking what your name was. That wasn't me being creepy, it's just I'm trying to learn every new student's name by the end of this week. So that's kind of a big task. So if you're just walking around and you hear your name randomly, that's me. I'm just practicing. So I just want to let you all know that, and I will know all of your names by the end of this week. It's already started. The next person up is Miss Jerky with Fred and Rosie. You have to speak into the microphone.
Good morning, everyone. So this is my absolute favorite announcement to make all year. I didn't get a chance to make it last year because we weren't together. But I have the pleasure of introducing to you our pseudo mascots. I guess you guys know that you're all Falcons. Well, Fred and Rosie, Fred are Falcons as well. So they are our unofficial mascots. They are two California desert tortoises that were gifts to the school. It actually is illegal to have a California desert turtle unless you have a permit. Yeah, I know. No, we have a permit unless you have a permit from a hatchery where donors gave them to us 25 years ago. So he is 25 years old. When they first came to the school, literally they were maybe about this big. And so you can see they've grown significantly. They probably will grow just a little bit more. They won't be the gigantic Galapagos tortoises that many of you have seen photos of. We do have two of them as hatchlings. We thought there was a male and a female, so they were dubbed Fred and Rosie. At about age 10, they became sexually mature. We could tell, actually the veterinarian could tell, that they actually were two males. So some of us who have been around a long time still call them Fred and Rosie. There are guys who are named Rosie, I guess, Rosie Greer. Maybe some of you are basketball fans. But anyway, or we just call them Fred 1 and Fred 2. So Fred and Rosie are living in an enclosure that is right next to the music room exit, or the exit to the math lab. And they have a little house in there that you can see during the daytime. Heather Galanato is going to open the door and let them out and feed them. So you can see actually Ms. Keast interrupted his breakfast and said, okay, time to go. And so he's got a piece of food hanging out there because he was eating. And the second Fred actually was still sleeping, so Ms. Keith very kindly let him sleep in this morning. So he looks very much like Fred 1 right here. I just wanted to introduce them to you so that you knew They are there for you to enjoy. When we use the word enjoy, we mean enjoy with your eyes, to watch them interact with their environment. Some people like to stand and have their lunch while they're watching them. There are just a couple of rules that I'm going to ask you to adhere to all year. Rule number 1 is that unless they invite you into their home, don't go in. Okay, so if you somehow convince me that they have invited you, like you got them to talk to you, don't go in their enclosure. That's kind of their sacred habitat. Obviously, the 2 people who can go in there are Heather to give them breakfast. They invite her in. And then Juliet is going to put them back in the evening into their home, because it does turn out that the only predator of these guys, everybody knows what a tortoise does when it's startled or scared. What do? Right? They pull their legs and their head in, and that protects them against most predators, including the coyotes that we have around here. Sometimes you'll see a bobcat, even snakes. That protects them. The only predator it doesn't protect them against are raccoons. And that's because raccoons have those little prehensile hands that they actually reach in, grab the head, yank it out, and eat it. Yeah. So we're going to protect them in the evening against the raccoons, and Juliet's going to put them back in their enclosure. So rule number 1, you're not going to go into their home. Rule number 2, Heather is in charge of providing them with their daily sustenance. And so as much as you would love to share your peanut butter and jelly sandwich with them while you're watching, we're going to ask you to refrain from that. Don't throw things in there. Even if you think it would be good tourist food, we're going to ask you not to share your food with them. So don't throw things in there. But other than that, kind of nice way to enjoy your afternoon is to watch them, kind of meditate with them. They're very soothing. Fred and Fred.
All right.
Hi, me again. Thanks. Yeah, we're just gonna make a short little announcement. Me and Casey. Yeah, Casey.
So in the past 3 years that I've been at York, I've always been part of the co-ed water polo team. And in my senior year, I want my dream of having a girls team to become a reality. And to sweeten up the deal, I do have some pastries. And if you are afraid about joining water polo because you can't swim that well or you can't swim at all, don't let that stop you. We have taught people before and we will teach them again.
Yeah! Okay, now we have a bunch of teachers who are coming up to talk about the retreat. Yeah. Oh, I mean, just one teacher to talk about that. Oh, more than
So as Mr. Key introduced last week, we have 4 community days this year. The first one is going to be next Tuesday. That's Tuesday, August 24th, and that's every grade level is going to go on a retreat. So we get off campus and do fun things and team building activities and bonding and things like that. So I'm going to ask class deans to come up here and just give, 30-second, 45-second introduction to what each class is doing. So if I could get class deans to come down. So they're just going to talk briefly about what they're going to do next Tuesday. There will be more information sent out later this week, which your parents will get. You'll get about what to bring and things to know about about the retreats. So I'll start with 12th grade. Woo! Seniors! Mr. Arco. Here he is, the one and only.
Seniors, thank you. Thank you for that. I feel special. We're going to go down to Big Sur, one of my favorite places of all time, to Andrew Malera State Park, and that's where the Big Sur River actually hits the ocean. There's a 1 mile hike, beautiful hike out to the beach, and the beach is covered in logs right now, so some people have built kind of structures and lean-tos and things like that, and we're going to spend the time enjoying the beach down in Big Sur. We'll drive down the twisty coast with beautiful views of the ocean and seeing the pelicans flying by. It's going to be a lovely day. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. How about juniors, Mr. Johnson?
Hey juniors, and so what we're going to be doing, kind of keeping with the ocean theme, we're going to be going to Carmel Beach on the retreat day. So we'll be driving down the twisty Ocean Avenue, not the twisty, but we'll be playing, basically going to start off doing our community service type of thing. We'll do a beach cleanup. After the car week, who knows what's down there. And so we'll do that, and then we'll do some sandcastle building. So start thinking about what kind of creative designs you'd like to build, get your sandcastle building tools ready. That'll probably take us up through lunch and all, and then we'll maybe do some beach volleyball or badminton or some type of other sports. So that's what we'll be doing, juniors.
Spikeball? Bring the spikeball in this? Okay, all right, I'll be there. All right, 10th grade, Miss Keys.
I don't know, the others got bigger applause. We are going to save the planet because the planet needs saving. And we will be actually meeting over at Fort Ord at the Creekside parking lot. And we're going to do a bunch of restoration work and seed collection and everything, working in groups to make everything nice on the planet. You can get service hours and everything. And then we will have lunch and we will go for a hike and do some fun activities in the afternoon. Please watch your York email, your 2024 email. I'll be sending out information on all of that stuff.
Gotta introduce you first. 9th grade, Mr. B and Miss Durkee. Here's Mr. B. Come on, 9th grade, give it up, Mr. B.
We're going down to Indian Canyon. We're going inland, down near Hollister Hills area, out of cell phone range. And there we're going to meet indigenous Americans who are going to talk about their history and their belief system. And then we will be doing bonding, where we pass the talking stick and the students will be answering 3 different questions. And then we'll be heading back. We'll also be stopping at the bakery in San Juan Bautista on the way in, and ice cream at San Juan Bautista on the way back.
Okay, maybe I'm going on that trip. Okay. And finally, 8th grade, Mrs. Moneypenny.
Fans in all grades. Okay, so 8th graders, we are new to the campus and of course new to each other, so we're going to be actually spending the night, Monday night, on campus. So now after that, you'll be able to go like, I slept here. Well, not here, but anyways, it's gonna be fun. But everyone else is getting off campus, so we are too. We're gonna go off campus on Monday night, to be determined where exactly. But some nice vista looking out. We have so many of them around here. And then we'll watch a movie, we'll sleep over. On Tuesday, when everyone else arrives and then leaves campus, we're gonna have time to do a hike. We're gonna have time to do an art project, hopefully leaving some nice, beautiful impact on campus. So that you can't forget that there's 8th graders on campus. And of course, rest of the fun team building, we have so much in store. So overnight Monday night to Tuesday activities, and then you'll go home with when everyone else goes home, 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. Thank you.
Thanks, classmates, appreciate it. And remember, we'll just be sending a little bit more information to your parents and to you all through email, so be on the lookout for that. Great, thank you. Celeste, Caitlin, are you all, who's up? Mr. Key, give it up for Mr. Key! Okay, so in a few minutes, we're going to go off to our first PATH advisory meeting for the year. So I wanted to just talk briefly about how we've focused this year on returning from the pandemic and supporting students and building those relationships in that PATH advisory group. We don't have as many PATH advisory meetings this year as we've had in the past, especially last year. There's only 7 in the fall, which means today is one of those 7, so we'll only have 6 more after that. So we really want to try to use that time well to help support all of you and have you have a chance to get to know your PATH group and have fun. So what we're doing today is getting to know each other again after the pandemic. There are obviously new students on campus that will be new to many PATH groups. Most PATH groups are returning and you'll know each other, although some PATH groups like mine only knew each other virtually, so it's the first time we'll actually meet in person today. And so we're gonna do that today from 9:55 to 10:35, so that's sort of the PATH time that we have allocated. If you were in Miss Oldfield's advisory, she is not going to be able to do PATH this year. So I know that Mr. Zeljo has redistributed you to other advisories, so just make sure that you look for that. If you don't know what PATH advisory you're in, it's in My York, so you can find it in My York. Mr. Zeljo also posted it right up outside of my office on that bulletin board, so if you want to go and check your advisory, you can do that. And in a minute, before I send you off, I'll tell you where you're meeting your PATH advisory group, at least where you're going to start your meeting, and you might actually go outside and find a space outside too. So, but before I do that, we didn't get a chance last week to introduce one of our new teachers this year. So Grace Baker, can you stand up? Grace Baker. For those of you that don't know Grace, Grace is a York alum. She graduated in 2017 and she's back teaching 2 sections of math and as well as working with our international students. So Grace, it's great to have you. So welcome. Okay, so here are your rooms. So Barry, room 8. Bloom, room 4. Brickhauser, design shop. Chirinos Aliman, room 3. Coburn Palo, room 12. Colby, room 2. Daniel, room 10. Giacchetti, room 1. Hannah, room 23. Key, room 6. Q, Day Hall Computer Lab. Raymond, admissions office. Sherry, indoor theater. Traxel, room 22. Wilcox, room 9. Williams, Day Hall music room. Williston, room 20. And Zeljo in the library. And I'm going to have Caitlin say one final word and set us off.
Hey guys, okay, so our next break is gonna be next week, so we're gonna work on this hype thing in the beginning. But yeah, so since we're not saying go to class anymore, go to PATH.